Thank you. The problem of speaking against the motion is that all the 4 former speakers who were speaking against the motion have made all the points. So there isn't much to say as far as the position of against the motion is concerned. Therefore, I'll just briefly articulate what my position is. Well, I come from the Aam Aadmi Party. We have run one minority government with outside support from the Congress, which lasted 49 days. And we are now running a majority government, which is perhaps, which received perhaps the highest ever mandate in India's electoral history. So we have the experience of running a minority government. We have some experience of running the majority government. We have no experience of running a coalition government. But with the benefit of history, with the benefit of studying the performance of various coalition governments, I am of the firm view that both formations, whether it's a coalition form of government or a single party form of government, are good for India's growth story as long as you have a coalition-oriented leadership. What is required is the leadership. It doesn't matter what the formation of this government is. And therefore, I join Mr. Das and the other speaker when they say that the podium should have been in the center for us, because my position is also that of a centrist. But since I've been asked to sit on Sonia's left, and not just left of left, I will take a position and make a few quick points, which I've noted down, so permit me to read from my notes. First is, of course, that the history of coalition politics in India is not something that came into existence post-77 or post-89. Even in the pre-independence days, in 1946, there was an interim government which had leaders from the Muslim League, which had leaders from the Congress, which had leaders from the Akali Dal. So it's not a concept that came into existence post the emergency. But the first coalition government at the national level in post-independence in India was the 77 government, of course. After that, we had various coalition governments, and from 1989 to 2009, there were 7 consecutive Lok Sabha elections. And in all those 7 elections, there wasn't a single political party that got the mandate. It was a coalition government. And it would be wrong and improper to say that no growth happened from 1989 to 2009. I believe that the performance of a government needs to be determined, assessed from various standpoints, from the standpoint of internal security, external security, communal harmony, the growth in the economy, etc. But speaking from a purely economic perspective, India had one of the best years as far as economic growth is concerned from 1991 to 2014. During these years, we had various global meltdowns, we had various crises, yet we had a small war with Pakistan. Even then, the Indian economy performed very well. And now, when we have a full majority government, post-2014, the economy hasn't performed that well, despite the global economy performing very well. Therefore, I feel that it's about the leadership and not about the formation of the government. Also, in a Westminster system, when you have a single party, when you have voting under whip, and when you have a strong prime minister, it often turns into a constitutional dictatorship. When you have, I personally believe that there is no reason why a government of coalition cannot take the same steps, cannot take the same actions, the same decisions as that of a government with a single party majority. In fact, I believe that if Modi government was a true coalition government with the BJP not being close to the 272 mark, disastrous steps like demonetization would not have happened. I believe that coalition system of government is more participatory in nature. It is more responsive towards regional concerns, and it gives you more legroom for social, economic, and political growth. Coalition politics does not necessarily mean instability or paralysis. As various previous speakers have pointed out, whether it was the Narasimha Rao government of 91 to 96, whether it was the Vajpayee government of 98 to 2004, or the two terms of Dr. Manmohan Singh. Therefore, I rest my case by saying that what we really need is a coalition-oriented leadership. It really does not matter what the formation of this government is. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Raghav. Any questions?
No, not to Raghav.